with you and your family? Well, that's how you prepare and plan for longevity and your best health in the future. The planning must start today. It starts with what you eat, what you drink, how you rest, how you live your life. In fact, wellness and living must become your lifestyle. That way you can spread the good news and everyone around you can catch.
My topic, when you're talking to them, they're very mushy people. Like, their heart is not even as deep and it's not even as hard as they come off to be. Well, not all of them, but some of them, because pride really is an exterior. Pride is a mask, it's a wall. It's a wall. And most people who are proud don't even know that they are proud. And I am one of them. I am somebody who I hang around everybody. People don't even know the magnitude of accomplishments that I have done, and the magnitude of schooling and the types of people I've met, the caliber of people I've met, the level of exposure, the level of education that I've met, because I have made it my point of duty to relate to everybody the same way that God relates to everyone, which is equally. I don't show that at all. However, people have had this type of notion that, who does she think she is? She just thinks she's all that. So that made me look within to actually find out what is that thing that keeps on misrepresenting me. I actually found out that it was shyness, but in the cause of trying to hide my shyness, in the cause of trying to hide my abilities, in the cause of actually trying to be humble, I developed an exterior which came out to be prideful. And then when you are dealing with such an exterior, you eventually become that exterior. It's just like people who, when they have walls all over them, they think that they're guarding people from them, but they're actually guarding themselves from people. So they end up being the one who is caged, or who are caged. So basically, pride. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. But there is hope. There are ways to take care of it. There was a time that I had recorded my very first album, and my dad, I was way younger then. I think I was like 16 or so. I was young. And my dad invited the high and mighty. We had everybody who was anybody in that hall. And I'll never forget when my dad was trying to get my attention to come over, say hi to everybody and thank everybody. I was just looking at him like, whatever. That was an element of pride. I was the center of attention. It was my album launch. I'm going to speak to you when I feel like speaking to you. I didn't have the common sense, and I didn't have the humility to know that I was in that place because of those people. I didn't have the humility to know that that my CDs were actually being sold and they were being bought by human beings. Not by vapor, not by ghosts, but by the same people that I was being prideful towards. So I had to start being very, very intentional. And I even had to just go out of my way so that I could really, really work on that. Because like I said, first of all, it started with just being timid and being shy. And then I started wearing this really thick coat, so you wouldn't see how shy I was. So you wouldn't see just how weak I felt. And then that coping mechanism, that exterior, became pride. On my wedding day, I was so ashamed. Of course, I was not ashamed on my wedding day, but years later, I looked back and I just couldn't believe what I did. I got dressed, wore my gown, and this was going to be the first time that a lot of people were seeing me in a very, very long time, because I've lived in America my whole life, and then here I was on my wedding day, and so the house was full of guests, bishops, and just really, really important people, basically. And they were sitting down in the living room, and I had dressed up, and all these people were looking forward to seeing me, looking forward to praying for me before I head on to the church. I came downstairs in my tube dress, my makeup done, my hair up, like it was up in a very, very nice style. And I came downstairs, and because I was shy, because as soon as I just walked downstairs, like there were over like 20 bishops were sitting down in the living room, pastors and deacons and bishops, and oh my gosh, and I was just shy. So what I did was I walked into the room, and I could have said, oh, good morning. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. Oh, thank you so much for. And my wedding was on a Friday, so people had to go to work. So I could have said, oh, thank you so much for just getting the day off and spending this day with us. Oh, God bless you. Oh, I am so excited. I can hardly wait to be married. No. What I did was I came downstairs. I saw all of those bishops. I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me because I was extremely self-conscious and very, very shy. But what did I do? I held my dress up and I walked out slowly. And what made it worse was all of these bishops, because it was my day, all of them stood up to honor me. So as soon as I came downstairs, all of them stood up. All of them. Even my marriage counselor, our premarital counseling was done by one of the bishops. He stood up. I mean, everybody stood up. I was in my 20s. These people were like in their 50s, in their 60s, some in their 70s. And I just carried myself like a prima donna. And I'm sure that I looked like I had no home training. And they know who raised me, so they knew that I had training. So they probably just assumed she's really proud. She's really cocky. And the exterior, your exterior could really, really betray you. It could just sell you out. So when people are saying, oh, you're so cocky, you are so prideful, maybe you may not want to be upset. Maybe you may not want to be defensive. Maybe you may actually want to listen to their reasons. Why do you say I'm proud? Well, you walk into a room and you don't say hi. Well, for somebody like me, because I know just how shy I could be when I'm not in my element, I've experienced that. I have walked into rooms where I'm like, oh my God, there's just so many people. And then I'm trying to run out. And then I look like I'm disrespectful. I look like I don't even know how to greet. I look like I don't even know how to say hi or how you doing. So when I found out that that was an impediment, because it is an impediment, when I found out that that is an issue in my life, I had to immediately start working on it. What did I do? I made sure that I was intentional. I started becoming aware of my personality. So when people walk in, do I say hi? Am I the first to say hi? Am I friendly? Am I available? Or am I, yeah, hello, hi. Do I wait for people to say hi to me? Why can't I say hi first? What's wrong with that? What's actually wrong with you saying hi first? Why can't you say hi first? The only way that you could actually accept people for who they are, you would have to be intentional. Okay, so I had to be intentional, and as soon as friends and strangers and different types of people were just coming my way, I was open for it. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to try to get used to this type of person because this person is not from this religion, or this person doesn't have the same status as I do, or this person is not in the same level. I mean, what is that? That's just stupid. You are in no level. We are all the same. All of us. We breathe the same. We are going to die in probably different ways, but we are going to be buried the same. Okay? We are going to die in the same process. It's the same process of death. So, what's the cockiness for? You know? And so I decided that I was going to be intentional. I was going to be, oh, hello, oh, hi. I was going to speak with my eyes. I was going to maintain eye contact. And I was going to genuinely from my soul, I was going to care about the words that are coming out of their mouth. I was going to treat them like they are important because they are important. I was going to give a handshake. I was going to give a side kiss on the cheek. I was going to be complimentary. So you walk in and I don't know, oh, hello, oh, it's so nice meeting you. And I give you a handshake and I just make sure that environment where you and I abide at that time is positive and it's full of positive energy. And that will behoove on me. It will behoove on you. It will behoove on you to have a positive atmosphere. And the only way that you can do that is to exude And the only way to do that is to exude that positivity. And the only way to be positive is to let your guard down and get off the high horse. Basically, let your guard down and get off your high horse. I have a couple of tips. I have this tip of where stop taking yourself too seriously. I found out that in my pride walk, I was taking things so seriously. People would make a joke and I'd be like, well, he didn't have to joke like that. Like, that's too far. That's just so disrespectful. Why did he have to say that? Why did he say it that way? Another tip is to own up to your mistakes. When you know that you are wrong, just apologize. I'm sorry. Don't try to play the age card or the status card, because you are higher than the other person, so they don't deserve an apology. No. Take ownership of your mistakes. Take ownership that you shouldn't have said what you said. Take ownership that you shouldn't have done what you did. Take ownership of it. People actually fall in love with the vulnerability of people. You will be amazed that people would actually gravitate towards you when you were more of a human being rather than being higher than thou. Become curious. And because pride is a very, very destructive thing. It isolates you. It makes you think that you know more than what you do know. It makes you think that you are more than who you really are. So be humble, meet people at the same level. Be very, very grateful for being alive. Be thankful that you can affiliate with people. Be thankful that you still have a job with that prideful attitude. And just get down your high horse. Just get off the high horse and be humble. Another way that you can take care of pride is to ask questions. Actually, ask people, what do you think about me? What do you think about my manner of approach or my tone or my behavior? What do you think about me? And be ready for whatever it is that they're going to tell you. Ask questions about yourself. And speaking about questions, if you're in a room where everybody is talking and they're all having opinions, and somebody just talks about something, like maybe talks about a war or talks about a certain type of career, a prideful person would actually want to act like they know about that war, like they actually know what they're talking about. Be humble enough to say, I don't even know what y'all are talking about, and be curious enough to know what they are talking about. Because if you sit down in the corner not wanting to know, or you probably want to know, but you don't want them to know that you don't know, so you just stay in a corner and you're trying to be all high and mighty, and the truth is you are still ignorant about that topic. Just be somebody that is easy to get along with. And don't compare yourself with people. Don't ever compare yourself with people. You are not better than anybody, and nobody is better than you. We're all the same. We're all the same. We have the same blood flowing through our veins, okay? So we have to practice being humble. Being humble is not something that's just going to come on you, because most of human nature is out to take care of the outward and not the inward. If you just sit down and actually listen to the words coming out of people's mouths, you would find out that a lot of what they're saying is true. But we have to be humble enough to actually listen to what it is that they are saying. Another tip for not being prideful is to become a giver. Avail yourself. Give of yourself. Be available. Volunteer somewhere. It's not all about you. It's not all about you. Find a way of changing somebody's life. Find a way of completely altering a negative pattern in somebody's life. Make a difference in somebody's life. It's not all about you. Pride is a very, very evil thing, and it keeps people away from you, and eventually it could make you sick, because then you end up in loneliness, and then when you're lonely, then you deal with all kinds of illnesses, and then even when you're dying, nobody knows that you're dying. Pride is a very, very big thing, and sometimes it is bigger than others. Sometimes it could be bigger than you, but remember, like the theme of this show is emotions, and being in control of your emotions and not allowing your emotions to be in control of you. So in other words, you are bigger than pride. You are bigger than it. So get off the high horse and be intentional today. You will have to jump off a cliff, just knowing that you will not crash. If you're not in control of your emotions will be in control of you.
If you hear a bomb explosion or gunshots of an active shooter, that might be a terror attack. At such times, always remember 3 action words: run, hide, report. Don't try to run towards the terror scene to save the situation, because there might be a second bomb blast or another attack. Run far away and take cover. Make sure you are safe first. Yes, it is in our nature to sympathize over the hurt, but remember, only trained personnel can help in such situations. When in a secured environment, promptly call relevant authorities and help will come. For anonymous reporting, call 09630-3250-5 or 0813-2222-106. If you see something, say something. Nigeria unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Imagine a station where you access information. Think of a station that creates awareness for national development. Imagine a station that prepares you for a bright and greater future. A station for all ages. Documentaries, classroom and television, events coverage, children's programs and variety shows. Always stay tuned to NTA Knowledge on the StarTimes platform, channel 359. For partnership, sponsorship and advert placements, contact us on NTA Knowledge. NTA Knowledge, learning to broaden horizon.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on the news at 10 on the network service of the NTA. My name is Blessing Abu.
And I am Norlene Ebel Ame. Thank you for joining us. First, the news.